Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter number 12, entitled Devotional Service, text number 8. Mai eva mana adhatsva, mai buddhim niveshaya. Nivashishyasi mai eva ata urdhavam na samshayaha. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always without a doubt. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So we are going to continue our class on the devotional service, which can help us to become happy and content. And we have reached up to verse number 8. Of course, I'll complete the chapter today, but the essence of this verse that we read just now is, you can say, a formula to help us become happy. We become happy in this material world, but unfortunately, it's temporary. Today we are happy, tomorrow we are not. But the Bhagavad Gita teaches us how to remain happy all the time. You know, we all pursue happiness, but we don't know where to find it. So here, Krishna, the Supreme Lord, is telling Arjuna that if we fix our mind on him, on the Lord, and engage all our intelligence in him, what does that mean? That means that we human beings, we have philosophical intelligence by which we are better than the animals. We can understand. If someone gives us the knowledge, we will be able to understand who we really are, where have we come from, what are we doing in this material world, what is the goal of human form of life. You see, animals don't have a goal because they don't have that intelligence, but we do. So here Krishna is asking us to engage our intelligence in him, which means take on the knowledge, contemplate on it, and put it into practice. And how do we fix the mind on the Lord? It's a simple process. It's mantra meditation. Man means mind, tra means to free the mind of anxieties. And meditation, we all know what it means. So when we chant the holy names of the Lord, then it helps to purify our mind, our senses, our intelligence. And then we become self-realized. And once we realize ourselves, we are happy all the time. It doesn't matter if there are miseries or no miseries. And we are satisfied and content with whatever we have. Then we are not running for more and more and more. So when we perform devotional service with mantra meditation, we directly connect with the Lord. We have a direct relationship with him, and that is a transcendental position. It's not material. You see? So when we practice the Bhagavad Gita, it helps us to sharpen our intelligence. You see? It's not that we are not intelligent, we are, but we need to sharpen it much more. And this is how we can become happy and satisfied too. Now, Krishna gives us options. You see, our mind is lazy, you can say. We are lazy people. So, you know, if it's something very difficult, then we just give it up. But here, the Lord is giving us options. He says, okay, if you cannot fix your mind on me, then follow the 4 regulative principles. You see, the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga. And what will be the result? The result will be we will have a desire to perform Bhakti Yoga. See, the 4 regulative principles are the 4, you can say, strong pillars of spiritual life. Mercy, honesty, cleanliness, austerity, all these are the pillars on which we can build our spiritual life. Excuse me. So, for those who are not able to fix their mind, who are not able to follow the prescribed rules of spiritual life, then what next? What do we do? So Krishna says, so these options are there so we can understand the purpose of performing bhakti yoga, and that is purification of the senses. You see, senses very difficult to control, especially the tongue, very, very difficult to control. But when one practices bhakti yoga, then it becomes possible to control the other senses. So, how do we perform the regulative, how do we follow the regulative principles? We need guidance. You see, there are two kinds of gurus, Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru. Shiksha Guru is one who gives us knowledge. Diksha Guru is one who initiates us into Bhakti Yoga. You see, so when we start performing Bhakti Yoga, then it'll help us to rise to an upper platform. Now, Arjuna's were confused. Arjuna was confused. Okay, if I cannot fix my mind, if I cannot follow the regulative principles, then what? Then Krishna says, work for me. Now, what does it mean, work for the Lord? Right? It's very confusing. But we learned in chapter 3 and 5 of the Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna says, do a karma. A karma means you perform activities which are according to the scriptures, according to the laws of Krishna that he has given us, laws of God. And do not desire to enjoy the fruits of your activities, which means we have to change our consciousness. The state of consciousness, when it's changed to akarma, performing activities are prescribed duties, but not desiring to enjoy the results of activities, that is a karma. And what will be the result? Krishna says you'll come to a perfect stage. Now, it may be confusing. What does it mean, work for the Lord? In chapter number 11, Krishna has given us the answer. He says, my dear Arjuna, he who engages in my pure devotional service, free from the contamination of fruitive activities and mental speculation, he who works for me, who makes me the supreme goal of his life, and who's friendly to all living beings, that person certainly comes to me. You see? So if we are unable to follow regulated principles, we can come to that perfect state just by working for Krishna. Now, what does he mean by being friendly to all living entities? Which means we need to see all living entities with equal vision. It doesn't matter what body a living entity has. You see, excuse me, in chapter 2, we learned that we are not this body, but we are the spirit soul. So each living entity, whether it is human beings, animals, birds, aquatics, trees, whatever it may be, they all have a soul in their body. And so that is the difference between body and soul. So to be being friendly with all living entities means we don't harm any living entity. And another way we can look at being friendly is at least we can give this knowledge to other, human beings that we know, whether they are relatives, friends, neighbors, whoever it may be. Invite them on Sundays to Zoom classes. Let them hear the Bhagavad Gita, you see. So, at the most, they may say no, right? They may say, hey, I'm not interested in being happy. I don't think anyone will say that. But, they may say we don't have time or whatever. But at least we can show our friendship by inviting them to come and hear the Bhagavad Gita. Now, what will be the result? They will learn, I am not this body, but I am the spirit soul. They will learn how to be happy in this material world. You see? But materially, when we work, we are working to enjoy our senses. But when we give this knowledge to others, they will understand I am spiritual. I am a spiritual entity. And my spiritual activity is to do Bhakti Yoga. This will help them to come to a higher stage. Now, if someone cannot work for Krishna, he gives us another option. He says, give up the results of your work, which means you be self situated. It doesn't matter. Yes, there will be impediments. It'll be difficult to work for Krishna, but give up the results. And that doesn't mean I work the whole month and when my boss gives me a paycheck, I give it up. No, I still take that paycheck, but not use it for my own personal sense enjoyment. No, I use that in service to the Supreme Lord. Give up the results, which means hankering for results. Oh, I've done this project. Now I need to get this result out of this project, and then I want a promotion, etc., etc. No, we just do our work to the best of our ability and then leave the results to Krishna. So when we give up the results of our work, then gradually there will be purification. You see? So then Krishna says one will get elevated to the stage of understanding this knowledge. You see? Just by giving up the results of our activities will help purify our mind. And then, when our mind is purified, then we will gradually try to understand the purpose of human form of life. Now, the problem is if one cannot even give up the results of their activities, you see, so many options. Then Krishna says, cultivate knowledge. Because knowledge can help us understand what is right, what is wrong. You see, Bhakti Yoga is not based on blind faith. No, it's based on knowledge. Because with the help of knowledge, we will be able to strengthen our faith. And when we associate with like minded people, those who are interested in Bhakti Yoga, then it'll help us to remove unwanted things from our hearts, which is lust, anger, greed, pride, envy, illusion, etc. And when those unwanted things are removed from the heart, then the heart starts getting purified. So Krishna says, if you cannot give up results, then cultivate knowledge. And he says, better than knowledge is meditation. What kind of meditation? Mantra meditation, where we chant the holy names of the Lord to control the mind. Now he says, better than meditation is renunciation of fruits, because renunciating the fruits of our activities will bring peace of mind and that will make us happy. You see? And when we do that, then we'll be able to understand what our real position is, who we really are, the spirit soul. You see, when we take on the knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita, it'll gradually bring us to that stage of meditation. Now, meditation that is being talked about in Bhagavad Gita is not sitting down in a quiet place, closing your eyes, and just not thinking of anything. No. That is not practical in this age where our minds are disturbed. We are, lazy people, unlucky, misguided, short-lived, quarrelsome. These are all the qualities of people in this age. So for us, it is mentioned that the best process of self-realization is mantra meditation, where we chant the holy names of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And this mantra meditation will help us to change the state of our consciousness. You see, Bhakti Yoga is a direct process. You see, there are other ways like just getting knowledge, doing some meditation, understanding who is the Supreme Lord as the super soul in the heart. This is all step by step process. You see, like the yoga ladder. There is karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, ashtanga yoga, bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga is what Krishna is talking about, which is a top rung of the yoga ladder, which is devotional service. Why not take the direct method instead of going step by step? And see, direct method is short and very, very effective. Now, in verse number 13, Krishna is giving us, you can say, the formula, or he's giving us knowledge by which we can understand how to be happy and content. Now, the question is, do we want to? If we really want to be happy and content, then there is a criteria. What is that? He says a person should not be envious of anybody, no envy at all, and should be kind friend to all living entities. One should not think to be the proprietor. You see, that is what commonly people do. They want to be the controllers, the proprietors. We think I'm the proprietor of this body, I'm the proprietor of my family, I'm the proprietor of my house, I'm proprietor of everything. No, nothing belongs to us. We've come empty handed in this world and we go empty handed. Everything belongs to the Supreme Lord Krishna. So we need to give up that state of consciousness that I am the proprietor. Next, Krishna says one should be free from false ego. There's a very nice definition of false ego according to Bhagavad Gita. False ego means we think I am this body. Real ego means I am the servant of Krishna. I am not the proprietor. I am not the controller, but I am a servant of the Lord. Next, a condition is to be equal in happiness and distress. That's very tough. Everyone is happy and is like elated when there is happiness, and very, very sad when there's distress. But the thing is that um, I'm getting a call. Just a minute. Um, I'm sorry. Um, so, sorry about that. Where was I? So, to be equal in happiness and distress means to be satisfied completely. How? If there is happiness, okay, it's my good karma, I'm happy, fine. If there's distress, okay, it's my past karma, so there is misery. So to have that equal vision, to be equal in all circumstances, whether it is happiness, distress, success, failure, heat, cold, whatever it may be, it doesn't matter. One should be completely happy and satisfied. This is what Krishna says, equal, not disturbed. Now, that would lead to the next point in the formula is to be tolerant. That's so difficult, right? If someone insults us, says something mean to us, or causes us physical damage, harm, or whatever, it's very hard to be tolerant. But that is what is required. And that tolerance can be built up gradually by performance of Bhakti Yoga. And the first step of Bhakti Yoga is chanting the holy names of the Lord and always being satisfied. There was this gentleman, I don't remember where he was, but his name was Masaba. Masaba was his name, and he was 93 years old. He lived for 93 years. He had 107 wives. Can you imagine? 107 wives. He divorced 10 of them, and so he had 97 left. He had 187 children. Can you imagine? 187 children. And what did he call it? Divine calling. He said it's the mercy or it is the desire of the Lord. This is not what the scriptures say. See, there is no self-control. No self-control at all. Marrying so many wives. But Bhakti Yoga teaches us how to control ourselves. It teaches us how to be tolerant, how to be humble, how to be equal in all situations. And when we engage in bhakti yoga with determination, then our mind and intelligence will be fixed on the Supreme Lord. And this is the formula for being happy and content. You see? And this becomes possible when we chant the holy names very attentively in a pure state of mind. And that will bring us to that stage of being equipoised, not disturbed in any situation. You see, the problem comes when we identify ourselves with the body. You see, we are identifying with the body because we think body is all in all. We forget to feed the soul which is within the body. So, when we follow these different options given to us by the Supreme Lord, when we follow this process, then we will be able to control our mind, our senses, our intelligence will be sharpened, and then we will be able to understand the real purpose of human form of life. But we need to make that choice, you see. We have tried to be happy in this material world by buying different things, having a lot of possessions, by satisfying this body, buying houses or cars or whatever it may be. But that has been short lived. Our happiness has been short lived. I remember when I was working, there was one of my colleagues was very excited to buy a new car. And she went to the dealership and she bought a brand new Infinity. And when she drove back to the office to continue her complete her number of hours on that day, she was sad. And I asked her, why are you sad? You just bought a brand new car that was your desire, deep desire. You should be happy. She said, oh no, by mistake, I bought black car. I wanted white. So the happiness was gone in a few minutes. You see? So anything material is not going to give us permanent happiness. So, if we want to really become happy permanently and be content with whatever we have, we'll need to build up qualities that will help us to fix our mind on the Supreme Lord. You see, this human form of life is very, very rare. And to be able to have the opportunity to hear about Bhakti Yoga is also very rare. To hear the Bhagavad Gita, very, very rare. So we should take this opportunity very, very seriously. Krishna continues to give us knowledge in this chapter, especially from verse 15 onwards, who is very dear to the Lord. He says, someone, by whom no one is put in any difficulty. So that means we have to be conscious that we do not put anyone in difficulty or no one is disturbed by us. You see, and we are free from fear and anxiety. Krishna says that such a person is very dear to me. No one is put in difficulty. What does that mean? We become kind to everybody. Excuse me. We are kind to everybody, which means we perform austerity of speech, austerity of body, austerity of mind. And what does that mean? Austerity of speech means, excuse me, that we are honest, but at the same time, while being honest, our words are very pleasing, not agitating to the minds of others. That's austerity of speech. You see? Then no one will be, put into difficulty or, be anxious or fearful because of us. You see? So those who are on the spiritual platform, they do not get disturbed. Why? Because they are in knowledge. They understand the difference between body and soul. You see, they are on the transcendental platform. They understand whatever is happening is based on our past karma. Every action has a reaction. So, whatever actions we have performed in our past, Based on that, we get good or bad reactions in this life. Then Krishna says, those who are not dependent on ordinary course of actions, they are pure, they are expert, they are free from all pains, they are not striving for results, they are satisfied with what they have. That is the key to contentment. When we understand that whatever we have got today is based on our past karma, then we will be automatically satisfied. Then we will not be striving for more and more. We'll not be struggling hard to get more and more and more. You see, accept whatever comes our way and not be agitated. You see. Now, what does it mean to be an expert? Krishna says such a person is an expert. That means that person knows the goal of human form of life. Goal of human form of life is not eat, sleep, and be merry. No. Goal of human form of life is to become self-realized, to understand the scriptures, to follow the Bhagavad Gita, know the essence of the Bhagavad Gita. You see, give up all designations, the designations of I'm this body, I'm from India, I'm from America, I am Hindu, I am, no, all these are designations. We need to give up because all living entities are spirit souls. We are all equal. It's just the designation of the body that we have. And we are not this body, you see. So when we give up these designations, then automatically we respect all living entities, you see. And then there is no disappointment, there's no anger, there's no envy, you see. Then all our activities will be based on spirituality. Then we will be able to progress on the path of bhakti yoga. Then Krishna says in verse number 17 that a person neither rejoices nor grieves, does not lament or desire, renounces all kind of activities, auspicious or inauspicious. Now, that doesn't mean we give up all activities, but we give up the state of consciousness. You see, when our consciousness is spiritual, then we will not operate on the bodily platform. And then in verse 18, he says, such a person who wants to be permanently happy and content is equal to all. Again, it's the way of looking at everybody. It's our state of consciousness. We see everybody equal because we know they are all spirit souls. And a person is free from contaminating association, is silent, which means does not talk nonsense, is fixed in knowledge, which means follows the knowledge given to us in the Bhagavad Gita, and is such a person is engaged in bhakti yoga, which means is performing mantra meditation. Such a person, Krishna says, is very dear to me. You see? Association is very important. Just like it is said, we are known by the company we keep. So with whomsoever we associate, their consciousness rubs off on us. So we got to be very careful who do we associate with, you see? And it's important to acquire all these qualities. Only then there's going to be purification. And how do we do that? We associate with like-minded people. We associate with those who are interested in, achieving the purpose of human form of life. We associate with those who are trying to learn the Bhagavad Gita. We associate with those who are performing mantra meditation. Then all these qualities will automatically develop within us. Now, the very last verse, number 20 of this chapter, this is a very small chapter, where Krishna tells us who is very, very, very dear to him. He says, anyone who follows this path, this imperishable path of devotional service, which means all that he has described to us up until now from verse number 1 to 19. One who engages in bhakti yoga with full faith, makes Krishna the supreme goal of life. Such a person is very, very, very dear to the Supreme Lord. You see? So the process is very, very simple. It starts with mantra meditation. When we start chanting, then we start understanding this knowledge. You see? This is how we are able to really achieve the goal of life. So, what are the options? First, fix your mind upon me. If it's difficult, engage your of course, fix your mind and intelligence in me. If that's difficult, follow the regulative principles. If that's difficult, work for me. If that's difficult, give up the results of your activities. If that is difficult, cultivate knowledge. And if we have good association, it becomes easy to cultivate knowledge. And that cultivation of knowledge will lead to a developing love for Krishna, developing, it'll bring about purity in our heart. And for all this, of course, guidance is necessary, just like when we want to learn music, dancing, whatever, karate, tai chi, whatever we want to learn, we need a teacher. You see, yes, we can pick up some books and read those books, etc. But if we want to be perfect in whatever we want to learn, then we need guidance from an experienced and bona fide teacher. So the first step of becoming happy and content is to do mantra meditation. And like always, I have actually posted in chat the mantra, the Maha Mantra towards the end, where you can see what we can chant for controlling the mind. So I'm going to chant 10 times, like I always do. And it's my humble request to you is that when you have free time, please chant, do this mantra meditation, and you will notice the difference also, that how it'll make you happy. So let's chant for 10 times. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So you see, it's very, very simple. So please do this mantra meditation on a daily basis and you will see the difference completely. So I'm going to end now. We have completed chapter number 12 today. And if anyone has any questions or comments, you are welcome to ask. Thank you so much for joining today.